Welcome to video 22. I hope you're enjoying the videos. Today you will level up your functions. We will use keyword arguments for clarity, set helpful default values, accept any number of inputs with *args, and pass flexible options with *kwargs. Then we will clear up scope so you understand where variables live and why that matters. By the end, you will write a tidy function that handles many situations without getting messy. Keep your editor open. We will practice as we go and finish with a small challenge and solution walkthrough. Keyword arguments make calls self-documenting. Instead of guessing what each position means, you label the values at the call site. This prevents mistakes when a function has many parameters or when some are optional. You can mix positional then keyword, but once you start using keywords in a call, keep using them for the rest of the parameters in that call. This small habit makes code easier to read and much easier to maintain over time. Defaults let you design friendly functions. You choose common values once, callers override when needed. One important rule: default values are created once at function definition time. If that default is a list or dictionary and you mutate it, the change persists across calls. That surprises many beginners. The safe pattern is to use none for the default and create the list or dictionary inside the function when needed. This keeps each call independent and avoids spooky behavior. Sometimes you do not know how many values a caller will send. *args collects any extra positional arguments into a tuple, so your function can loop through them. This works nicely for total, average, or flexible print helpers. Design the function to accept the must-have parameters first, then use *args for the rest. Inside the function, *args behaves like a normal tuple, so you can iterate, slice, and even combine it with other sequences. *kwargs collects extra named options into a dictionary. This is perfect when callers may pass different switches over time. Your function can read defaults, then update them from the options provided. Because kwargs is a dictionary, you can iterate over key and value pairs and apply logic. Together, *args and *kwargs give you flexible and tidy function signatures without forcing every caller to remember a long list of parameters. Function parameters have an order: normal positional, *args, then keyword parameters with defaults, and finally *kwargs. That order keeps calls unambiguous. Now scope. Local variables live inside the function. Global variables live at the module level. Non-local allows an inner function to modify a variable from the nearest enclosing function. You rarely need global. Prefer returning values. Use non-local in small closures only when returning a new value would be awkward. Your challenge is to write a flexible order total function. It should accept any number of line item prices using *args, apply a tax with a helpful default, allow discounts as optional extras, and accept format options using *kwargs. The format options should include precision for rounding and whether to show a currency symbol. Pause the video now and start from this scaffold. Follow the tasks marked to do. In the next scene, we will walk through a complete solution and test it. Let us solve it together. We accept a flexible number of prices with *args, choose a friendly default tax, and allow optional settings with *kwargs. Inside, we compute the subtotal, apply tax, subtract any discounts, then format the result based on precision and currency options. Along the way, we only modify local variables, which keeps scope simple and avoids bugs. Let me know how you went in the comments below. Great work today. You practiced keyword arguments for clearer calls and set friendly default values that make functions easier to use. You learned *args to accept any number of positional inputs and *kwargs to accept flexible named options. You saw why mutable defaults can surprise you and how the none pattern avoids that pitfall. You also clarified scope with local, global, and non-local, and when to prefer returning values. Next up is our tip calculator project with bills, tax, split, and formatting.